Adjustable weight benches are such an important piece of equipment because you have so many different angles that you can work with. If you're looking to add a new adjustable bench, but you're getting lost in all the options that are available, well, you came to a good place, my friend, because I have two awesome weight benches here with me today, the Rogue Adjustable Bench 3.0 and the Rep Fitness AB 5000. I can't wait to get started on this one today, so let's get right to it. What is up, everybody? It's Jake back in the BarBend Garage Gym with another comparison review ready to go for y'all today. This time, I've got the Rogue Adjustable Bench 3.0 and the AB 5000 from Rep Fitness. In this video, I'm gonna compare these two weight benches and help you decide which one needs to be in your home gym. But before I get going, we've reviewed a ton of weight benches on BarBend.com. And if you want to browse our best list, just go ahead and search BarBend Best Weight Benches and you can find out for yourself which ones we like the best. Okay, so let's talk about the similarities between these two weight benches. And I'm gonna state the obvious first. They're adjustable, meaning you have a lot more added versatility to your workouts. They're both made from 11 gauge steel, which is the highest quality you could ask for when it comes to home gym equipment. Thankfully, they both have a handle and a set of wheels to make it easy to move them around your home space because they weigh around 125 pounds, which is pretty heavy. And I'll dig into price in just a minute, don't you worry, but they're available for nearly the same price. All right, now let's talk about those differences. So these are both adjustable, as I've mentioned a couple times now, but it's a little different in how they adjust. So the Rogue AB 3.0 is a ladder style adjustment, while the Rep Fitness AB 5000 is a pop pin adjustment. The Rogue AB 3.0 has 10 different back pad adjustments, while the AB 5000 has 7 different back pad adjustments, but AB 5000 has 5 different seat pad adjustments, while the Rogue AB 3.0 has 3 different seat adjustments for you to use. So my favorite thing about the AB 5000 is that it has this zero gap mechanism right here, meaning there's literally zero gap no matter what position you have the seat and the back pad. You don't have to deal with that. While the Rogue AB 3.0 does have a gap right here. It's only a 1-inch gap and it's not like that's terrible or anything, but it's definitely still there. The Rogue AB 3.0 also has a thinner front foot design than the AB 5000 does right here. So you might have, a better chance of getting your feet set up more comfortably with the 3.0 than you would with the AB 5000. And I also think that this handle design right here on the 3.0 is a little bit easier to grab than it is with the AB 5000. So the AB 5000 can actually be transformed into an FID bench, which stands for flat, incline, and decline. If you were in fact to purchase the optional leg roller attachment, it's gonna pop in up here at the back side of this bench. That's gonna allow you to do that. The back pad's also 1 inch wider than it is with the AB 3.0. You can also swap it out for an even wider pad if you wanted to. Both of those things are not available with the Rogue AB 3.0. And the last difference here is while you can definitely stand this upright to store it, the AB 5000 really isn't meant for that. You might actually mess up the top part of your back pad right there. So can't really do that all the time, but that is the case with the AB 3.0 because it does in fact have a vertical stand built into it so you can store it how I have it right now. Okay, so let's talk about money now. I mentioned both of these weight benches are available for about the same price, but let's start with the Rogue AB 3.0. So the version that we have right here is listed right around $600, but if you want, you can opt in for stainless steel adjustment rails instead of the black ones that I have right here. That's gonna be an additional $100 or so. Once you tack on your shipping and your taxes, you're looking at spending around $700, maybe $800, if you were to get those stainless steel rails. Now, you can opt in for a premium textured foam padding instead of this vinyl padding right here. It's not a wider pad, as I mentioned, but you can do that. If you were to do it, It's gonna be an additional $160. So potentially you could be spending around $900, maybe $1,000 on this weight bench. Okay, so with the Rep AB 5000, it also comes in two different prices. The one we have right here, along with the other colored options that I'll talk about in just a minute, starts around $600. If you were to go for the clear coat option, it's gonna start around $680. Now, if you do wanna transform this into an FID bench, and you wanna get that leg roller attachment, it's gonna cost you about $110. And that wider back pad that I mentioned, that's a shade under $100. So let's say you went with one of the colored options, got that leg roller attachment and that wider back pad, you'll be spending around $800. But if you went with the clear coat and got both of those attachments, you'll be spending around $900. Now, obviously, both of these weight benches are pretty expensive, but when you consider the fact that they're both made from 11 gauge steel, which is premium quality, kind of makes sense why you're paying a premium price tag. Now, let's say you don't care about the type of steel that is used on your weight bench. You can definitely find some out there that are much cheaper that could suit you just fine. But remember, those probably don't have a weight capacity that's anywhere near both of these right here, which is right around 1,000 pounds. Okay, so let's talk about the build now with both of these weight benches. I'm gonna kick this off with the AB 3.0. This bad boy weighs a hefty 125 pounds. It's made from 11 gauge steel, which is professional quality. It's, once again, the highest grade steel you could ask for your home gym equipment to be made from. The vinyl padding right here is pretty firm, so you're gonna get some good support as you're going to do a bench press, but it's not too firm to where it's uncomfortable when you're laying on it. The back pad is also 11 inches wide. I understand if that's not wide enough for some people. You know, once again, unfortunately, you cannot swap it out. It'd be nice if there was some variety, but unfortunately, can't do that. It's a little over 4.5 feet long, and including this rear foot right here, it's a little over 2 feet wide. Okay, so let's transition to the AB 5000 from Rep Fitness. Once again, this also weighs right around 125 pounds, and it's also made from 11 gauge steel, which I don't know if I need to keep telling you all this at this point, but the highest grade quality you could ask for it to be. No questions asked. The padding right here is also firm but comfortable. It's made from a non-slip vinyl, so as you start to get pretty sweaty during your workouts, you're gonna get some nice traction. You're gonna stay nice and secured. And in terms of footprint, it's right around 8 square feet. Now, in terms of features, let's kick this off with the front foot. I personally love it. Doesn't take up a whole lot of room. You have plenty of space for your feet to go on either side of it. You're gonna get that optimal foot drive for your bench press, shoulder press, really whatever it is. This thing's not gonna get in the way, so that's really nice. This gap right here, 1 inch gap, you know, some of the adjustments actually eliminate that gap completely, so that's really nice. I think Rogue did a really good job with that. It's kind of hard to avoid that gap unless, you know, like Rep has that zero gap mechanism, but this is a pretty good job right here. You do have laser cut degree markings for your back pad as well as your seat pad. It's really helpful just to make sure you hit that right angle for whatever lift you're deciding to do. There's rubber underneath the front and the back feet. It's gonna add to the stability, keep it from toppling over on you, and that's obviously really nice. As you go to do some step ups or Bulgarian split squats, you know, really whatever you're doing, it's not gonna topple over. The handle and the wheels are gonna make it super easy for you to move it around because once again, it weighs 125 pounds. And I really like this built-in stand right here. These take up a lot of space, and that's really nice because it's gonna, you know, cut that more than in half and really just make the most of your available space. And this obviously comes in red like we have right now. It's also available in blue and black, and you can swap out these black adjustment rails for stainless steel. All right, now let's transition to the AB 5000 from Rep Fitness. If you wanna opt in for that optional leg roller attachment, it's gonna snap in right on the backside right here. It's gonna allow you to turn this bench into an FID bench, and you can do some decline bench presses, which really might be a big selling point for some of y'all watching. My favorite thing about this bench though is in fact this zero gap mechanism. Doesn't matter what angle you have the back pad or the seat pad at, you're not gonna have to deal with a gap. That's just really cool in my opinion. Now, with the front foot, Compared to the AB 3.0, it takes up more space. Might not get in the way for everybody, but it could for some people. And in terms of the handle, also not necessarily in the optimal place. It's one of those things you just kind of learn to deal with though. Obviously, I mentioned it before, you have a set of wheels on the back. It's gonna make it pretty easy for you to move this weight bench around. And you also have some laser cut degree markings for the back pad and the seat pad. That way you can know exactly where everything is positioned. And on top of this metallic black that we have right here, it comes in matte black, blue, red, and that clear coat option that I mentioned earlier. All right, so let's do a quick walk around with both of these weight benches. I'm gonna start with the Rogue AB 3.0. So on the back right here, it's your wheels. It's gonna make it really easy to move it around your home gym. You also have your stand right here. That's how you can store it vertically. So that's a really nice feature in my opinion. It's gonna make the most of your space. Now, in terms of adjusting the back pad, it's pretty easy. I like grabbing the pad itself, and you have a handle right here on either side. So just grab both of those, raise up, and you can select from the 10 different back pad adjustments right there. And as I mentioned, that gap, it's gone. You don't have to worry about it. It's a really cool feature in my opinion. Your handle is located up front, and I really like how the foot is designed right here. It's not gonna get in your way when you're lifting, and that's pretty cool. Now, the padding right here, once again, it's pretty firm, but it's also pretty comfortable at the same time. So it's not like it's gonna be, a terrible time as you go to lay on it. If we transfer over to the AB 5000, let's compare the feet first. As you can see, this front foot definitely sticks out on either side. It's not that bad for me personally, but obviously some of you are different than me and you might not like it. The handle is also a little bit more difficult to reach because it's a little more hidden underneath the seat right here, while with the AB 3.0, kind of sticks out in front of everything, but it's not that bad. Now, to adjust this seat, it also, it goes up and down, but it also slides from front to back. So you have a little knob right here, just pull down on it, and simply, with one hand, make it go front to back. Now, I'm gonna hop over really fast. Let's pull this out. If you wanna adjust the height of the seat, pull out on this pin right here, drop it down, raise it up, really whatever you wanna do. And the same goes for the back pad. You also have a pin right here, you pull it out. It's gonna be super easy for you to adjust it. And if I wanted it to go higher, I would just have to slide this front seat further out. Now you also have your set of wheels back here on the back, and you technically could stand the AB 5000 up, but it doesn't have a built-in stand. It's not what it's meant to do. So it will be sitting on this back pad right here, which could essentially mess it up. Okay, so which of these weight benches should you go with? Well, honestly, at the end of the day, you need to make your decision based solely on your specific situation. So let's say you're pretty tight on space, and obviously you want to make the most of that available space. Well, the AB 3.0, it's probably going to be your best bet since it can be stored vertically like I have it right now, and it's going to take up a fraction of its footprint. Let's say you can't stand having a gap between your back pad and your seat pad, even if it is just a 1-inch gap. AB 5000 is probably going to be the best bet for that because it has that zero gap mechanism. Adjustments are also going to be a big factor for a lot of y'all watching, but this might get pretty tricky for some because the AB 3.0 has more back pad adjustments, but the AB 5000 has more seat pad adjustments, and it can be transformed into an FID bench with that leg roller attachment for a whole other style of a workout. At the end of the day though, since they're priced relatively similar, you can't really go wrong with either one of these weight benches. They're both made from 11 gauge steel, so it's pretty much a guarantee they're gonna last you a lifetime. Well, y'all, that's all I have for today's comparison over the Rogue AB 3.0 and the Rep Fitness AB 5000. These are two awesome weight benches, and honestly, you can't go wrong with either one of these. You just need to make sure you make your decision based off of what features are make or break for you specifically. Some people are gonna want the extra back pad adjustments the AB 3.0 has, while others are gonna wanna turn the AB 5000 into an FID bench for some decline work. Thanks for watching, y'all. I hope this video helped you out as you're looking to add a new weight bench to your home gym. As always, stay on the lookout for my next review, but for now, head over to barbend.com and you can read more about this comparison. Just search BarBend Rogue Adjustable Bench versus Rep Adjustable Bench. That article is gonna pull right up for you. You can read everything that we talked about here today. I'll see y'all later.